You throw it away every single day. You don't think twice about it. You'd probably pay someone to get rid of more of it if you could. And yet, right now, there are people quietly making millions of dollars from the exact thing you consider garbage. I'm not talking about recycling cans. I'm not talking about scrap metal. I'm talking about something so unglamorous, so overlooked, that most people would be embarrassed to even bring it up in conversation. But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at waste completely differently, and honestly, you might feel a little foolish for never having thought about this before. My name is Bobby, and today we're exposing one of the strangest wealth mechanisms hiding in plain sight in rural America. Let's start with a number. In 2019, a dairy farm in Wisconsin signed a contract worth over $2 million. Not for milk, not for cheese, not for cattle, for gas. Real, usable, sellable natural gas. And they didn't drill for it. They didn't buy it. They made it. From something every single cow on that farm produces about 65 pounds of every single day. That's right. We're talking about manure. Cow manure, to be exact. Now, before you laugh this off, let's talk about why this actually works, because the mechanism here is genuinely brilliant. And once you understand it, you'll realize it's not a joke, it's chemistry, and chemistry doesn't care what something smells like. Here's what's happening. When organic waste like manure breaks down without oxygen, in giant sealed tanks called anaerobic digesters, it produces methane gas. And methane, stripped down and purified, is chemically almost identical to the natural gas that heats your home and powers your stove. The gas company doesn't care where methane comes from. Gas is gas. A molecule doesn't know if it came from a drilling rig a mile underground or a manure lagoon, so farms started asking an obvious question. If we're already producing this stuff as a waste problem, something they used to pay to have hauled away, why not capture it and sell instead? And that's exactly what happened. Large dairy and hog farms started installing anaerobic digesters, capturing the methane, cleaning it up to pipeline quality, and selling it directly into the natural gas grid as something called renewable natural gas, or RNG. And because it's classified as a renewable fuel source under federal programs, it doesn't just sell for regular gas prices. It sells for a premium, sometimes 2, 3, even 4 times the price of standard natural gas, because of environmental credits attached to it. Let's do the actual math, because the numbers here are what make this genuinely wild. A single dairy cow produces enough manure to generate a meaningful amount of biogas every day. Scale that across a farm with 2 or 3,000 cows, and you're looking at a facility that can generate enough RNG to be worth well over $1 million a year in gas sales alone. Some of the larger operations in California and the Midwest are pulling in multiple millions annually, and that's on top of their existing dairy or livestock revenue. This isn't replacing their business. It's a second income stream built entirely out of what used to be a cost center. And here's the part that should really get your attention. The waste didn't get more valuable because it changed. It got more valuable because someone built infrastructure around capturing it before it disappeared. That's the entire lesson hiding inside this story, and it applies to a lot more than farms. Think about how much value gets thrown away every single day simply because nobody bothered to build a system to capture it. Restaurants throw away used cooking oil, and entire companies now exist just to collect it and turn it into biodiesel. Data centers throw away heat, literal waste heat, and some companies now sell the heat to warm nearby buildings. Even old shipping pallets, something most businesses pay to dispose of, get resold for real money by companies that simply build a pickup and resale system around them. The pattern is always the same. Something is treated as worthless because moving it, processing it, or capturing it seemed inconvenient. And then someone builds the infrastructure to make that inconvenience profitable, and suddenly the exact same material becomes an asset instead of a liability. This is why farmers didn't get rich from manure by working harder. They got rich by looking at their existing waste stream and asking a single question nobody else was asking. What if this isn't garbage? What if this is just an unrefined asset? You don't need a farm to apply this lesson. The real takeaway here isn't go buy cows. It's this. Somewhere in your own life, your own business, your own daily habits, there's probably something you're currently paying to get rid of, throwing away, or ignoring completely that someone else with the right system would pay you for. Big industries were built entirely on this idea. Scrapyards, recycling plants. Even the used car market exists because someone decided that a worthless old car was actually a resource waiting to be captured. The dairy farmers in Wisconsin weren't smarter than everyone else. They just refused to accept that waste has to stay waste. And that mindset, more than the manure itself, is the actual million-dollar idea in this video. If this changed how you'll look at what you throw away, hit subscribe because we're going to keep digging up wealth hiding in the places nobody else is looking.